All right, this is terrible.
All right, good morning, everyone. It is 10:34 a.m. on Thursday, April 13th. It's 71 degrees out, very warm this week, very dry and windy. So there's like a fire warning out right now, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, red flag warning is what they keep telling me.
See, that I don't understand why they call it a red flag warning. Is there like some...
No clue. Because usually it popped up with a fire warning the other day, but that's not the same as a red flag warning, so I don't know.
The warning is that there's like a fire risk, so why...
Right.
I don't know why they call it a red flag warning. We'll come back to that later. But anyway, welcome back to episode 13 of the WLC Sports Podcast, being filmed on the 13th of April.
It is.
So that's a big deal. We got a very special guest with us today. Lexi Martin from women's softball is here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I was doing well up until I got really confused as to why it's called a red flag warning. So.
Well, you know, if that's the only thing wrong with your day, I feel like we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it also took me like 10 minutes to get our soundboard working before we started this. So
True.
It was.
But Jack got it to work just by pressing buttons.
Yeah,
Nothing else.
You know me, technology extraordinaire.
Yeah,
so.
For sure. But do we want to start getting into sports?
I think we can before we just get sidetracked.
Completely.
Too many different things.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, obvious place to start with Lexi here would be softball. First thing I wanted to note was just the past 3 games that you guys have had. Absolutely dominant performance. 36 runs in the past 3 games versus Concordia, Chicago, and Carthage. I guess just like tell us a little bit about that experience and how those games went and just what it's like to be that dominant in performance.
Yeah. You know, we did pretty well like in Florida, and then we came back and we're kind of in like a slump. But you know, we came back these past 3 games, and our bats have just been phenomenal, and you know, finally just stringing hits together and scoring runs, and runs wins games. So. Gotcha.
Yeah. And you talk about like being in a little bit of a slump. What's like a way that your team fights against that and like tries to get out of that?
You know, just being optimistic. Like, softball and baseball are like a game of failure. Like, you only succeed like 3 out of 10 times. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, just staying optimistic, being there for each other, and just trying to have fun.
Gotcha.
Even when you're not doing well.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's a little bit unfair to say in baseball, softball, you only succeed 3 out of 10 times, considering you have a batting average this year of .577, which is crazy, leads the league, and
you know, sometimes you succeed, 5 out of 10 times.
Yeah, or almost six. So, yeah. Well, actually, I was telling you this before. Technically second in the league because of the one girl from Dominican who has 1 at bat and had a hit in that.
I don't think that's enough to qualify for the batting title, so I don't think we really have to worry about that.
Only on the NAC website, only there. And then you're also tied for second in the league with 5 home runs. So you said you're
good. We like dingers.
We do love dingers. But yeah, it's so I guess just like. For you personally, what are some things that you focus on to just try and help your success, help your teammates out, etc.?
I'm gonna be honest. I just I don't even know. It's just I like get in the box. I don't think. I actually sing songs in my head when I'm up to bat.
Really?
Yeah, I do. It just depends on the day, like what song I'll sing.
She's got like the walk-up music coming up over the PA speakers isn't good enough for her.
No,
She's got to have her own soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what? Give me like an example of a song that.
Oh gosh.
It's got to be pod friendly.
Yeah. Okay, my walk-up song is "Money Trees" by Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, that's a good pick.
Yeah, so I usually sing that if I don't have anything, I can't say that one. I'm trying to think. Oh man, you put me on the spot.
I'm sorry.
No, you didn't.
No, you're
a lot of
asking
80s music.
Questions.
80s music?
80s music.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Like 80s rock or
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's actually so funny.
Metallica.
I do the same thing in tennis. Like usually I'll have a song running through my head. I remember the first ever match that I played here freshman year. It was the club that we were in was playing Fantasy by Mariah Carey. And so for the entire match I just had that stuck in my head, which was hilarious. But
whatever's gonna pump you up.
Yeah, exactly. It can be
every time I hear Mariah Carey I only think of that stupid Christmas song.
Hey. That's the only Christmas song.
How much
Alright,
money
but
has she made on that song?
So much.
I thought I remember seeing the number somewhere at some point. Like, I'm gonna have to look it
But
up.
like, imagine being just like set for life because you know that you're gonna be like the top song every
Right,
December. I don't understand. She has like
Here
the
it is.
best.
If you like start typing in, it's one of the first autofills. Okay. How much does Mariah Carey earn from All I Want for Christmas Is You? According to these calculations, All I Want for Christmas Is You earns around $2.5 million per year.
Jeez.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, especially considering like what you get like a couple of cents for a Spotify play. I feel like I've
Right.
heard. So she just.
Well, it's played everywhere.
Yeah,
If you go to
yeah.
any department store, you're gonna hear it. The New York Post has reported that the figure could be as high as $3 million per year.
you know,
So, good for her.
I applaud her for
Yep.
for doing that. Good for her. She figured out the keys to success.
I don't think anyone's going to be using All I Want for Christmas Is You as their walk-up song anytime soon, but maybe I'll be proven
Hey,
wrong. I
maybe.
don't know.
You know, get that winter season going, and maybe somebody would be in
Winter
there.
baseball?
Yeah, for sure.
Or winter softball.
Yeah. I feel like actually I kind of want to ask about this. I just thought of this question.
Yeah.
What I guess like dugout traditions or just like crazy things you guys do as a team that just like
Ooh.
I feel like the softball team would have like.
Yeah, I mean, okay, Bree Hoy, she used to have, I don't know what it was, but she had a box of Reese's Puffs, and she would like hold it up, or if like somebody made like an error or something in the field, she'd be like, Reese's Puffs, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, and she would shake it around. And this year we have, Addison has a sign and it says beware of dogs, and it's like has green glitter on it, and I love it. So there's that. And
That's hilarious. I love that. I just always love hearing about like what different teams do to like get hyped and whatever
Oh,
else.
for
I
sure.
think that's awesome. And I guess you guys are gonna kind of need to get hyped this upcoming week and next
Yeah.
week. You were even saying with a lot of games.
Lots.
Actually, that's one more thing I wanted to ask. Like, what is it like to play? Because almost all of your games are double headers. So like, what is it like to play the same team 2 times in a row, especially if you're like going into the second game after a loss in the first or something?
usually you don't see the same picture, but like you just know that, all right, just take a deep breath. You know you're gonna get more chances and more opportunities, so just taking advantage of those opportunities and, you know, just playing as best you can.
Gotcha.
really.
Gotcha. Yeah, so just like gathering yourself and
Exactly.
getting it together. I got you. Yeah, so so it looks like Friday and Saturday before this will go up, you have a doubleheader against Rockford and against Benedictine.
Yes.
And then your next home game is on Thursday versus Dominican, or I should say next home games.
Yeah.
But and you were saying you have a Code Green on Saturday? Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll go into Code Green discourse in just a bit, but we won't segue completely with that.
Yep.
But I guess any other softball related thoughts, messages that you have for the pod fans?
I don't know, just come out. We got a busy week this coming week, and just be there. We love the support, so if
Yeah.
you can make it, come out.
Warriors supporting Warriors. That's what we always say.
There you go.
Exactly.
Gotta get it going.
Tagline, you gotta say the thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I'm actually going to plug that as well as we transition to men's tennis. And we'll get.
You know John's just been dying to get to the part where we talk about tennis.
I really have, actually. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, first of all, we are currently 5-1 in the NAC, which is like pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. Our one loss came against St. Norbert's, and I'm not going to talk about that very much because I will get quite frustrated if I do that. So we're not going to do that. But we've had a pretty successful season otherwise, which has been really cool. And I was just telling both of you guys before we started recording that we actually have a really massive weekend coming up this week. We have probably our 2 hardest matches of the year against Illinois Tech and MSOE. So for a little bit of background, Illinois Tech up until this year had not lost a match in our conference like while I've been here.
Oh, wow.
And so they've been completely dominant, and this year they lost their first match and it was to MSOE. So both are really good teams. We're gonna have to play really well in order to beat them, but it's interesting because we kind of control our own destiny with playoffs. We've already clinched for sure, but we could be anywhere from I think 2 to 4 depending on how we do this weekend. which will make a big difference because the 2 seed gets a bye. So really, really interesting stuff, and I'd say come out and support, but it'll be after or it'll be before you guys are watching this. But definitely, I don't know. I'm feeling a little nervous. It's a big match, or 2 big matches, but feeling pretty excited. And then, so our next home match is actually to be determined because it will be the playoffs. But it's my understanding that our first round should be at home, because I think we automatically, if we're
Does it depend on the ranking?
Yeah. But if we're above 4, we get like home field advantage, home court advantage, for the first round at least. So if we end up losing to, or if everything goes the way that it kind of seems like it might, and we end up getting 4th, we'd probably play Concordia, who we beat for the first time this year and just barely beat. So that also would be a really big match, which is why I want to talk about our code green or lack thereof. So basically,
I could tell this was like you were stewing over this. It was boiling.
It's not even necessarily that like I'm stewing over it, and like
I don't know. You sound pretty stewy.
Yeah.
well, it's I have to convey the stewiness of the whole team, if that makes sense, and everything that's going on. So basically, like Code Green, if you don't know, is essentially where I don't even know. Do we know what organization like puts that on?
Is it Web?
Maybe web.
Web?
I think it's
Okay.
Web.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to say it's Web in case I'm wrong and I'm like about to like go off. But whatever organization puts it on, Code Green is basically just an event where it's meant to like get people out to different games. Like we talked about for softball, like on Saturday, it's meant to get people out there and get people to come watch and Warriors supporting Warriors. For our Code Green, they decided that instead of putting it on a home match for us, they were going to host a ping pong tournament in the Woo. I believe it was yesterday when we had class, me and Jack did. So I couldn't even go to my own Code Green.
Your own Code Green ping pong tournament.
Yeah, which is not even like the sport we play. They could have at least done like pickleball. Like that's at least on the same court.
Yeah, with like ping pong, no, they can just do that in the Woo.
Right. But my point is just like, okay, the whole point of Code Green is like coming out and supporting. And then if you just are like, well, you know, even if it's true that like people don't want to drive out 20 minutes to see a tennis match, like I understand that. But
I
like,
was gonna say, because you guys don't have like courts.
yeah. It's in Jackson, which we've talked about how Jack should be coming to our matches. But
My question is, how does the tennis community feel about ping pong? Do you have any strong feelings either way about?
So I personally love ping pong. Actually, I had to tell a really quick story. So last year at the very end of the year, I feel like I was one of like the last. It was like people had already moved off campus. It was whatever, and me and my roommate Matt, who was also on the tennis team, we went down and we were going to play ping pong. And one of the janitors challenged me to. It was best 2 out of 3 to 21, and those were the most intense tennis matches I've ever played in my life. And I am totally blanking on the janitor's name, but if by any chance you're watching this, I would love to have a rematch this year because that was so much fun. I think I ended up winning in it was like a sudden death at the end of the third match.
That's awesome.
Match. We each took one, and it was so much fun.
But
So
did you win?
I don't mind ping pong.
Did you win?
I did.
Hey.
I did. I won by 2. So I walked away victorious there. But no. So I feel like ping pong. I feel like it's different enough that like people don't really care. People in the tennis community don't really like pickleball because it like takes up our court space. I'm fine with it, but some people are very.
I was kind of curious if like if ping pong to tennis was like slow pitch softball to baseball or something.
That's fair, actually. I feel like that's actually a fair comparison. Although if you watch like Olympic level ping pong, that's not slow
This
pitch.
comparison just popped into my head because we were talking about our church league slow pitch
Yeah.
softball teams before we started rolling.
True. No, that's not a terrible comparison. And I will say, like, I had to stop playing ping pong because it was messing up how I played tennis. Because
Really?
I it's crazy because I used to like play ping pong basically the opposite of how I played tennis, like just the way that I hit my shots and everything. So I don't know. There's a little bit of a correlation, but not enough that it should have been our Code Green.
That reminds me. I used to have a buddy who I played baseball with, and he's also a big golfer.
Okay.
Like he works at. Like
Yeah.
His family owns a golf course, And he would always complain every time he struck out that his golf swing was messing up his baseball swing because he'd have like the big uppercut.
Yeah.
So
I truly think that I bet you if I play golf, I have some buddies on the team who play golf, and I bet you that it messes with the swing at least a little bit.
I've tried golfing a couple times, and every time I've tried to golf, everyone has said that it just looks like a baseball player trying to play golf.
That's fair. I get that. How are you guys at mini golf? I feel like
Okay, usually what happens every time I play mini golf is I do really, really well, but then there's like the one hole where I just inexplicably like get a +10 or something.
yeah.
So
Actually, I feel like we talked about this before on the
that
pod.
was
the first episode.
We talked
or
about
something.
Wii Sports Golf.
You're right.
And about
yeah.
how, have you ever played Wii Sports
I
Golf?
have,
Okay.
yes.
We were talking about like the putting mechanics.
I had an incredible game of Wii Sports Golf the other day. I'm terrible at it, but I actually did really well, and I beat 2 of my friends. So I just wanted to say that.
Congratulations.
Yeah. What about you, Lexi? Are you good at mini golf?
It's been forever since I've played, but I would say I'm pretty good.
All right. Fair enough.
We might need to. We'll have like a big mini golf round with every single podcast.
I was just gonna say that. That's
That
our
would be
last episode.
awesome.
Ooh.
Can we-
I like that
Actually-
idea.
Can we actually? That'd be so
Yes.
fun. Let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
workshop this. We got a list of
Ooh.
all the guests, so we'll just reach out to all of them again, and we'll let
Yeah.
them play mini golf. So
I like that.
that'll be an
That'd be
that'll be an
awesome.
interesting group too.
Otherwise, if we don't do mini golf, I think we should do like dodgeball, because I think like
Ooh.
matchup of like Baki versus Heinzen, like throwing dodgeballs at each other, like.
Back in my prime in grade school, I was a very skilled dodger.
All right.
Oh.
So
We'll workshop this. I like this.
Yeah,
This is the start of something.
that was
something
also
good.
when I was like super skinny, like a twig, so there wasn't a lot of body mass for them to target. But
That's the way you got to do it.
like I
you
could
know.
basically just like turn sideways, and it would just
Yeah.
whiz right past me. But
Well,
no.
we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
think about
we'll get
this.
it figured out.
Yeah.
Grand finale.
I'm gonna finish out with tennis by saying our real code green. This may not be official, but our real code green first match of the playoffs. Please come out and support. If you never watched another tennis match in your life, this is a really important match for us, and it would be great to see you all there. So if you have a chance, we don't think it's. I'm forgetting when it will be, and we don't technically know who we're going to be playing, so I can't give too many details. But watch the website. Keep an eye out for it. Much appreciated. All right, I'm actually going to go off script here, and we're going to talk about men's golf next, because we were just talking about like mini golf and everything, and then we'll come back to track, which I plan to talk about next after that.
Look at this. He's going off the rails. No one can stop him now. He's a madman.
I know. Nobody could have seen it coming. But so men's golf is back in action for their spring season. They started out with the Monmouth Spring Invite, which I think we mentioned at least in the last episode.
Maybe.
But then I saw that they competed as well in the Elmhurst Spring Invite. I forget when Elmhurst is. I just know their logo is a blue jay. But you can look it up if you feel so inclined.
I'll look it up.
But they got 4th overall at that, and sophomore Kale Newicow, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Kale Newicow was tied for 4th out of 81 competitors.
wow.
So that's like really, really impressive stuff.
very impressive.
And 4th overall is great for the team
Right.
as well. Then they had the Judson Spring Invitational, which senior Theo Schmenk took 8th overall in that one. They've got also a busy weekend coming up. Friday, they've got the Forester Spring Invite, and Saturday, they've got the Warrior Invitational. And then their next big meet is actually the NAC Championships. We talked about this, I think, with Heinzen, about how
Yeah, I think we did.
there's like 4 different dates for the NAC Championship for golf, and the women's are all in the fall, and the men's are 2 in the fall and 2 in the spring, which doesn't immediately make sense to me, but that is apparently the way that goes. So those will be in Aurora, Illinois on April 23rd. Jack, did you find any information about Elmhurst, or did you give up?
Elmhurst University, formerly Elmhurst College, is a private liberal arts institution founded in 1871. Elmhurst is located just 30 minutes from Chicago.
Well, there you go.
That's their little description on their website. So,
I guess so.
yeah.
We played them in softball.
Really?
Yeah, I think we beat them.
That's what we like to hear. You love that. Is that in Florida?
No, that was my freshman year in a dome in Peoria.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I'm actually, watch this. I'm gonna go off script again.
Oh,
Again.
man, this is getting out of control.
man.
Because I forgot. When I said the thing about golf, I remembered that the women's tennis championships are also going on shortly.
You didn't even put the women's tennis team in the agenda.
I know. I'm very sorry,
You
too.
really dropped the ball
The
on
women's
that one.
team. Very sorry. But we actually know that they play Lakeland in the first round of the tournament, April 25th, Tuesday at Hart Park. So that one's not even close to as far away, and it's outside. But just had to plug that quickly so that they wouldn't get mad at me. And finally, I guess last sport that we need to talk about is track. They competed in both the private college championships at Carroll and the Warrior Invitational before Easter break. Some tough competition against D1 teams. I saw that they were against Marquette and UW Milwaukee. So definitely, I think good experience for them to be able to run against some of those people, or not only run, just compete against some of those people. This Saturday, they have the Green and White Invite, which is also at the Sports Center, the Robbie Stadium. And then I saw that their next meet is actually the Marquette Invite, but it's also at Robbie Stadium because I guess Marquette doesn't have their own track. So technically a home meet as well that you can come out for.
So the Marquette Invite hosted by
WLC.
By WLC.
Yeah, and with pretty much all of the same schools. So it's really just naming rights. I actually think that my roommate was telling me their code green is the same day as yours.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like one collective.
Yeah, 'cause it's
like,
all-
we all play at the same time. So I
Right.
think it's like a tailgate. They're like tailgate.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you
That is a very good, like, Wisconsin-esque idea.
Yeah.
Yes,
Really capturing the essence of the Midwest there.
better than ping pong. Better than ping pong.
What about a tailgate with ping pong?
I feel like that's a little dangerous to bring out a ping pong table at a tailgate, considering, but
Ah,
could be. We'll see.
don't try this at home. We're not encouraging this. I should add a disclaimer.
Yeah,
If anything happens during your ping pong tailgate, we're not responsible for any
yeah, we don't
injuries,
condone
condone.
ping pong.
injuries, damages, whatever.
Not in our Lutheran campus.
Yeah, exactly. Not on our.
No.
We would never behave.
Yeah, wait. How does
recklessly.
that work?
Get
Rev Chev will be
Rev
there.
Chev on the
Yeah.
grill with
Get the hot dogs, yeah.
Hot dog.
I did not go to hot dog day this month, so
I
Yeah.
have been notoriously bad at not going to hot dog day. I think I've gone
That's
to one.
literally my favorite day of every month.
if you
Wednesday.
if anyone hasn't seen our Rev Chev episode yet from December or November,
I don't even
think it was
remember.
November. He talked about the origins of hot dog day.
He did.
So-
That's true. Yeah.
Go back and watch that one.
Well, today doesn't matter because you won't be watching it until Monday. But today when we're filming, you can go ahead and dunk tank a lot of different people. I'm guessing Rev Chev is one of them. He has to be.
I don't know.
I don't
I
think
thought I
he's
saw.
on there.
Is he
He was on
not?
there last year. I don't think he's on there.
Yeah.
Really? Heinzen's on there.
I know Heinzen's on.
Heinzen?
Heinzen's on there.
That's also a former podcast, Adam
Yes.
Heinzen.
Yes.
So
It's funny because I saw. Have either of you guys had Van Acker?
no.
No, but I know him.
Okay, yeah. Because he's on there, which is funny to me
Yes.
because I have him at like 2 for class. But so I might have to go see
Well,
him.
if there's any highlights from the dunk tank later today, I might have to splice those in. So
All right. Well,
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. I think they got a pretty good lineup going. I forget who's
There's
all
like,
on there.
I looked at it this morning. It's Coach K from basketball, women's basketball.
Okay.
Flagel's going on there from softball.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Jensen, Van Acker, Heinzen,
Okay.
and then like 2 GAs, the women's volleyball and track.
Yeah. That sounds right.
go.
Yeah. So.
And noon. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Skip
right.
noon.
Skip's going.
Yeah.
Dunk
I saw
skipping.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you went out and you dunked some people for D3 week, is I believe the
Yes.
cause of
Yes.
that. So yeah, I guess any other interesting stories we need to share? Interesting.
I still couldn't figure out why it's called a red flag warning. Like it doesn't.
Have you been searching for it this whole time?
I'm guessing just because fire's red. I don't know. It's
Because it's so hot.
like I looked up why is it called a red flag warning, and it just says it's a dangerously high chance of fires. So like,
Let me.
but why a red flag? I guess my bigger issue is not the red; it's the flag part of it.
Well.
Fires are not flags. Like what?
Mind blown. Fires are not flags.
I definitely thought it was the red that was bothering you.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Oh, I thought it was like
the
the-
red because fires are whatever, red, orange,
Red, orange,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever you want to call them. But
Caution is
flag.
advised when using outdoor fire. We talked about it yesterday. There was like a big fire in Milwaukee. Red flag warning.
yeah, but like, okay, so what? I guess next
This-
question.
so-
What's the difference between a red flag warning and a fire warning? We're gonna back to the
Oh.
machine.
Great question.
Yeah.
I'm reading up on this. It says the severity is severe, and it is a significant threat to life or property. And
Okay.
Is there a difference? Or they
A fire weather watch is issued up to 72 hours before the above conditions are expected to occur. A red flag warning is issued when the conditions are expected to occur or are occurring within the next 24 hours.
oh, so it's more
So,
imminent.
okay, so maybe like red flag is meant to like sense of urgency or something.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, that's what we're rolling with because I really don't have time to be doing any further research on this topic.
Fair
so.
enough.
It makes me think of like a beach, you know, when they have like the
Yeah,
warnings and
yeah.
they'll throw up the flag, but it's not like.
I wish that's what it made me think of. It makes me think of more like TikTok when people
Oh,
are like red
red
flags.
flags.
Yeah, red flags.
That is
So
not what I thought of, but
that doesn't surprise me, Jack.
you've heard my side rants on TikTok culture, so I'm not going to go into that right now.
I have. And at length, yes. I have.
There's been some lengthy discussions about that.
We have. All right. Considering that we've gone off the rails a bit, do we want to bring it back in for a close?
I think we can rein it back in and close this out. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Lexi, for coming on
having
and
me.
telling us about
Yeah, of
your
course.
softball soundtrack and how you sing walk-up songs in your head. That was very good content. We will be on, okay, so this is going to be going up on April the 17th. So that means the next one will be May 1st. If we're sticking on the every other week timeline.
Yeah.
So-
I'm keeping my mouth shut on dates.
We're winding down towards the end of the pods for this year. So again, if anyone has any ideas for what they want the grand finale to be, I think we're really going to try to workshop this group mini golf idea.
We do.
Yes.
See what happens. But
Technically supposed to be in a meeting for it right now, actually, but
well, yeah, we'll figure that out.
yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll be fine.
In the meantime, thank you all for watching. We'll see you again in a couple weeks.
You remember how this went last time I had charge of the camera?
Do I?
Yeah, when it was he's in, it took me like 5 minutes.
Oh,
to figure it
yeah, that's right.
out. All right, ready?
Got this.
You're gonna be in this too, Jack.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can get all of us in
All right,
here.
all right. What's up, guys? We're here with softball star Lexi Martin and Jack filming.
Well, I'm always here. So.
Well, yeah, true.
I don't know why you needed to call me out. I'm not special, so.
Well, you are here though, so I,
I
had
am
to put
here,
it in.
yeah.
But we've got a new episode coming up on Monday with Lexi, so go ahead, check it out. Anything to tell the viewers, Lexi?
Look out for Monday.
Exactly. Check it out. That's going up exactly the way it is.
She just repeats.
I know, I was like, I don't know what to say.
You are here though, so I had to put it in.